my word.
What's going on there, everybody? I am Sebastian Mammoth, and it's time for another round of Godzilla vs. Kong Toys vs. Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. It's time for another 11-inch round. Giant Mechagodzilla vs. Giant Shimo. Two of the main spoilers that were actually leaked online, and even before their full reveal. Let's see who will win once and for all. In case you're wondering, where's Giant Scar King? Newsflash, he's not here. He's in storage, and I'm trying my best to find him. So I might do an episode later on with him, so keep an eye out for that. Now, before we begin, I just want to thank you all for your support on this series, because man, I am getting a lot of views, and everybody's loving the battles, even all the funny ones that I do. So keep it up, guys, because the next episode could be Funkos or minifigures. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, what are we waiting for? Let's find out who's gonna win once and for all. Let's do it! Alright, so, again, box thrown away. Her box is right here. So let's start with boxes. So for Giant Mechagodzilla's box, here are some photos of what it looks like, what we had with the Giant Godzilla in one of the episodes. Monsterverse, Godzilla vs. Kong, all the standard stuff, blah blah blah. But on the back, instead of an image of Godzilla and Kong fighting on the ship, we actually get an awesome image of Mechagodzilla and Apex Cybernetics. Which, this image is honestly pretty scary, and I kind of wish I kept it. But things don't last forever, because if you guys don't know, I decided to throw away all the GVK boxes. So, sorry. But now, for Giant Shimo's box, it looks just like how we saw it in the leaked images. As you can see, it has Monsterverse, Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, Giant Shimo, Godzilla and Kong standing and roaring together. This side, Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, Godzilla and Kong standing and roaring together. The other side tells you what it is. Now, on the back, we get an image of Shimo herself with the logo right here. And as you can tell, it looks like it's in a prototypical form. And you can definitely tell right away, this is actually an enlarged version of Shimo with Frostbite Blast. We'll get to that in a second. And there's Godzilla x Kong: The Empire, read up on the film. Same instructions on the bottom. No spoilers, because this was long before Giant Mothra was announced. So I guess in conclusion of boxes, both of them get a point for that. Again, since he's got an awesome image, and although it's a prototypical image on the back of her box, it's still amazing and she's awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it for boxes. Let's get to designs, paint, and comparison. Alright, so here's a little quick comparison with Mechagodzilla and Shimo. So as you can see, Shimo's a bit shorter than Mechagodzilla if you have her standing on all fours, but not if you actually have her standing on her two legs. Which, as you can see, there's kind of somewhat a difference, which Shimo's actually a bit longer because of her neck. The tails are a bit longer and shorter. And unfortunately, both of them have exposed screws on their left side, which we'll get to in a second. So yeah, that's a little quick comparison for you. Okay, so let's gently start with Giant Mechagodzilla. Once you get him out, you'll have to attach the tail to the figure. So here is Giant Mechagodzilla, which according to some people out there like Luminous and Geek Chest and Shinra Jira, this figure is literally a mixture of every Transformers and Mechagodzilla design from the past. Like, take a look at the little X's. Does that remind you of anything? Because it reminds me of Showa-era Mechagodzilla. He's even got a bit of Type 3 Kiryu's neck ribs. And although it looks like the dorsal fins are not movie accurate, I do admit they look pretty awesome. I would kind of wish this was a bit more metallic though. And in case you guys don't know, this was actually one of the figures that was actually leaked before it even came out. And even before COVID-19. Who knew? Although Giant Mechagodzilla's got exposed screws on his left side. The good news is, it's honestly not bad like Giant Kong, Giant Godzilla, or any other giant figures. Thanks to this metallic paint coloring, it actually blends in better. And you can see a hint of gunmetal paint, here are the little claws, and here's the back, and you can definitely see every detail and weaponry. And here's the tail. So yeah, that's Mechagodzilla. Let's get to Shimo. Okay, so now, giant Shimo. So first and foremost, once you get her out, you're gonna have to attach the tail. Just on a ball joint like the other figures. It's actually pretty easy, so make sure you apply some pressure. If it doesn't work, then use a hairdryer. So here is giant Shimo, which is obviously an enlarged version of Shimo with Frostbite Blast and Battle Roar Shimo. Take a look at this beauty. Look at that. The Thagomizers, the glowing blue. Here's the bottom with most of the copyright information. The stomach and the translucent fins, which you can still shine a light source through it and get a really cool effect. Here's the inside of her mouth with tongue and yellow teeth. And look at the face. They definitely took inspiration. One thing that you'll notice compared to the Shimo with Frostbite Blast is that the neck spikes are actually translucent. Which, it's a little bit of an upgrade. And as always, looks like the charge up kind of doesn't start like right here, but it doesn't start with these little spikes, because they still feature no blue charge up, but I'm gonna let it pass. Sadly, giant Shimo's got exposed screws on her left side. Honestly, this is honestly quite as bad as the giant Kongs and the giant Godzillas and giant Scar King with Whip Slash. I still wish they actually filled in the screw hole so we wouldn't have to worry about them. Get what you pay for. Hopefully they do that with Supernova. So I guess in terms of paint, color, and design, both of them get a point, because this is awesome. This is super awesome because she was a new Titan, and this is a new design for the Mechagodzilla. Well, 4 years old, actually. So yeah, both of them get a point for designs. So now, it's time for my favorite part. Articulation. Okay, so unlike the other Mechagodzillas in the line, no articulation in his head, no jaw movement either, but his arms can move but have limited motion, and because they will just be blocked. His claw is actually open. You can even have him spin around. Even close them up. His legs move, or should I say just leg, because as you all remember, this leg actually broke off, so I'm not even going to move that one. There's ankle movement. And it looks like there was supposed to be a knee joint, but unfortunately there isn't, so be advised, don't try moving that. And the tail can actually move 360. Same with the bottom half of the tail. Heck, you can even make it do this. Here's the tail drill. Unfortunately, it doesn't spin like the movie, so you're going to want to have to improvise with that. Let's get to Shimo's articulation. So it's pretty much the same articulation as Shimo with Frostbite Blast. Get a hinge at the jaw, move the head up and down, have it move all the way around, have it look left and right, and arms can move that far, even rotate about that far. Legs can move about that far and go back. You can have her sit down like a good girl, even have her stand up a little bit. The ankles move. The back ones are actually much looser than the top ones. And the tail, it's on a ball joint, so side to side, up and down, and even 360. Which you can actually use it to stick the Thagomizers into somebody. So I guess in points for articulation, I would say both of them get a point, since obviously I can't deny it. I can't deny both of them having the best articulation. Honestly, they were both villains. Well, one of them was a villain. One of them was enslaved for 1,000 years, or millions of years. Alright, so guys, this is the part where I would probably say it's time to get to gimmicks and accessories, but womp womp, just like the giant Godzillas, they don't have any. Like this one, he doesn't come with a proton scream or a giant heave. And as for Shimo, no frostbite blast or anything. I mean, if you take a look at the mouth inside, You can see that there is no hole in her mouth that would have allowed her to use the frostbite blast. So that's a little bit of a letdown for both these figures. Same with the giant Godzillas. Drats, how is Mechagodzilla gonna obliterate Shimo? I'm sure he'll find a way. And how is Shimo gonna freeze Mechagodzilla? I'm sure she'll find a way too. So, I guess just like Giant Godzilla and Giant Godzilla Evolved, no points of accessories for those two. No points for these two, because they don't have accessories, unlike their 6-inch counterparts. So, this is honestly awkward for me again. So I guess it's time to get to the big battle. But I'm going to have to be careful with him, since like I said, his leg is broken. But it's glued up, and I'm going to have to be careful with the glue. So I may need to find an alternative. So let the battle begin, I guess. If you want to skip ahead to the results, go ahead, because this is honestly going to be quite terrifying for me. Before we get to battle, scale shot with the Shimos. Big girl, small Shimo. Let's get to it.
Shimo, please come over here nice and slow, or we can work this out the hard way.
And why? Do you think I'm easily just gonna surrender to you? You really think it's gonna be that easy? I've started an ice age, and I will literally do it on you and blast you out of here.
Well, let's be careful, because my leg is hurting and it's disabled.
Let's just move this along.
As you wish, Shimo. Oh shit.
Die! Die!
Oh no. Oh no. I miss my friends.
Dead batteries? I guess I win.
Looks like my Mechagodzilla ran out of batteries. Or ran out of power or something. So it looks like Giant Shimo wins, even though she doesn't have her Frostbite Blast. Which means GXK wins the round. Though if Mechagodzilla was literally functioning properly, he would have taken Shimo out in like 30 seconds. But he didn't. So that means GXK wins and GVK loses, even though this Mechagodzilla is pretty awesome. Honestly, this is quite sad. Alright, Mechagodzilla, let's get you to your recharge station. How sad. And as for you, Shimo, although this is kind of awkward for me, because now I gotta put you in that bin, so I figure something out. Sleep tight. Well, guys, I guess that's gonna do it for today's episode. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell every time I upload something or go live or all that stuff. Now, if you need me, I'll still be doing Iron Man 2.0 Disney Treasure Adventure, and also preparing for the next episode, GVK minifigures versus GXK minifigures. So stay tuned for that. And if you also need me, I will be with my Lioness ladies this time, and I will actually have a moment with them, all 4 of them, and maybe the lovely 8 as well. So I will see you guys in the next episode or in the next live stream tomorrow and Thursday. Peace out, my friends and family. You have all been a supporting family so far. If you need me, I'll be happy